Seventh Child Publishing presents Fixing Errors in Family History Part 1, Editing, Sorting, and Removing Wrong Relationships, which is in the Family History Tricks and Tips playlist in the Fixing Family History Messes series. Please click on the links below to access the Seventh Child Publishing website and the Salt Lake Millcreek Family History Center web pages on the Family Search Research Wiki for more resources. My name is Eileen Lentz, a Temple and Family History Consultant and Trainer. Welcome to today's Family History tutorial. This video is part of a series explaining how to fix errors in your family history research, particularly as you try to fix errors others have created as they attach the wrong sources and family members and enter the wrong statistics. This video, part 1, tells how to edit, sort out different people with the same names, and remove the wrong family members while documenting it all properly. Have you ever looked on Family Search Family Tree and saw that someone had been messing with your ancestors by merging them with the wrong people, changing the relationships and vital statistics with no sources or reason statements to explain why they made the changes? It has happened to me and the people I help many times, often for areas of my tree that are often confused by other researchers because of similarities in names or lack of understanding of documentation and current research discoveries that have changed what was previously thought. They may have errors in early research that people assumed is fact when it is not. I decided to take you along while I fixed some problems with my fourth great-grandfather, John Smith Hutchinson, L7TB-G9S, that my cousin Hal Smith brought to my attention and asked me to help him fix. He wrote, "Ray Matrix has changed all my information for John Smith Hutchinson, L7TB-G9S, on January 23, 2019. He or she added 2 sons that belonged to different families and changed what the vital statistics said to fit other records, leaving no sources or reason statements to explain the change. I was contacted by Ray Matrix later, who said, 'I apologize for causing problems for you. I don't have a clear recollection of this change. I was under the assumption that these were suggestions and corrections, not actual changes that would alter the family lineage of the original records.' The first thing I did was to restore vital statistics for the parents of John Smith Hutchinson, John Hutchinson and Mary Smith. I used the information Hal Stewart had sent in the first email he sent me about the problem. This information came from a professional researcher Hal had paid to discover the correct parents and other ancestors in 1989 and 90. But correcting the vital information first will help sort out the wrong sources and people that have confused family researchers for many years. I navigate to person page using ID. In this case, John Hutchinson, MGFP-933. Under the Details tab, I looked at the vitals that needed to be changed and clicked on Edit. I typed the date using standard format and then selected the standardized date that popped up. Then I started typing the place name and selected the standardized place that fits the right time period. In this case, Hessel, Yorkshire, England, was the standard before 1801. It is important to add a complete reason statement for the change, especially when correcting an error. In this case, I explained the process Hal Stewart took to find the right facts and how I confirmed that it was right. Quote, 30 years ago, Hal Stewart hired a genealogist in Hull, England, to research John Smith Hutchinson and his ancestry. The genealogist information was the correct and confirmed information for John Smith Hutchinson. His father was John Hutchinson, born October 2nd, 1757 in Hessel, Yorkshire, England, who died September 10, 1810 in Yorkshire, England. His mother was Mary Smith, born March 16, 1760, Royston Pavera, Yorkshire, England. They were married June 3, 1784 in Hessel. Their children were the same names that John Smith Hutchinson used for his children, including the name Matthew. Hal shared with me his cousin Eileen Luntz, and also a direct descendant. I looked at the only source attached, and it showed the christening was 22 October 1757 in Hessel by Hull, York, England, which fits better with Stewart's email than 4 April 1756 in Appleby, Westmoreland, England, entered by Ray Matrix on 23 January 2019. End quotes. Then I clicked save. In my search for records of the marriage of John Hutchinson and Mary Smith, I found an error in the bishop's transcript and also the index record of the original image, and thus an error in the research documented previously. The image of the original parish record for Hessel with the marriage of John Hutchinson and Mary Smith was light and hard to read, so I darkened it and could clearly read John Hutchinson, bachelor, and Mary Smith, spinster, both of this parish, which is Hessel, were married by banns in this church the 23rd of June in the year of our Lord 1784 by me, I. Watson, curate. This marriage was solemnized between us, John Hutchinson and Mary Smith, in the presence of John Green and William Brown. Therefore, the index record was the wrong year. Also, note that the marriage listed at the top of the page was between William Brown and Frances Smith. Mary Smith was one of the witnesses, just like William Brown was one of the witnesses for John Hutchinson and Mary Smith's marriage. This would imply a relationship with Mary Smith. Perhaps Frances was a sister of Mary and might explain why Mary named a daughter Frances. The bishop's transcript image does not have the correct day, but does have the correct year. The image reads, marriages, John Hutchinson, bachelor, and Mary Smith, spinster, June 3rd, with the year 1784 in the heading. Therefore, the bishop's transcript was the wrong day. I added the marriage information for John Hutchinson, MGFP-933, and Mary Smith, LYNV-2PB, using these sources and information. The reason statement is the image for the original parish register of Hessel reads John Hutchinson, bachelor, and Mary Smith, spinster, both of the parish Hessel were married by banns in this church the 23rd of June in the year of our Lord 1784 by me, I. Watson, curate. This marriage was solemnized between us, John Hutchinson, Mary Smith, in the presence of John Green and William Brown. The indexed record has an error for the year 1784, and the bishop transcript has the wrong day of June 3rd. Ray Matrix added 2 children, William and Ephraim Hutchinson, to John Hutchinson and Mary Smith that are not their children. The next thing we want to discuss is how to fix the problem by finding the sources linked to the right parents, replace the wrong parents with the correct parents, and then attach the sources to verify the correct relationship. We will start with William Hutchinson. If there is a source, this is the process. First, navigate to William Hutchinson's person page, GMYH-4GW. Click on the Sources tab and select a source that is linked to the correct parents, usually a birth or a christening or baptism record. Choose the Review Attachment option. In this case, the record comes from an IGI record. Please note that images of the original IGI records are available only at family history centers or family search library. Copy and save all IDs. I generally paste them into Notepad for easy access. In this case, I copy and paste GMYH-4GW for William Hutchinson. Next, I click on the father, John Hutchinson, and copy and paste M3B3-B2X into the Notepad. Then I click on the mother, Mary, and copy and paste M3B3-B2R into Notepad. I prepare a reason statement to add to changes I make to the relationship with his parents, which is done by removing the incorrect parents. However, there was no source attached to William Hutchinson added by Ray Matrix when I first worked on him. So I searched for a record with William and his parents, John and Mary Hutchinson. I found the record shown previously in this video that matched the date, place, and parents. I selected the review attachment so that I could find the IDs for William and his parents. First, I copied William's ID M3B3-BKB and pasted it into Notepad. Next, I clicked on the father, John Hutchinson, and copy and paste M3B3-B2X into the Notepad. And then I click on Mary and copy and paste M3B3-B2R into Notepad. Navigate to the person page of William Hutchinson, GMYH-4GW. On the right side of his person page, select Merge by ID. Go to the Notepad I saved earlier and copy the ID for William Hutchinson, M3B3-BKB, and paste it into the pop-up window. This will bring up the merge page with William Hutchinson GMYH-4GW on the left side and William Hutchinson M3B3-BKB on the right. Compare the vital information to make sure that the most complete and accurate information is moved to the left side. The information cannot be edited at this time, but it can be edited or standardized later. Go to the relationships and move the relationship with Father John, M3B3-B2X, and Mother Mary, M3B3-B2R, to the left. This will automatically add the source at the bottom of the page. Click on Continue Merge button. Add a reason statement, perhaps something prepared on Notepad, and then click on Finish Merge. Now it is time to remove the relationship with the wrong parents. Navigate to the person page of William Hutchinson, GMYH-4GW, and under the Parent and Siblings column, click on Edit icon next to William. That is the child of John Hutchinson, MGFP-933, and Mary Smith, LYNV-2PB. Click on the Remove or Replace next to William, so it will remove both parents at the same time. Please note that the image shows his correct parents, John Hutchinson, M3B3-B2X, and Mary, M3B3-B2R, since I have already removed the wrong parents before I took this screenshot. I check the Agree box to certify that I have reviewed the relationship, sources, and notes for these individuals. Click on Remove Parents button. Add a reason statement, perhaps copying and pasting something I have prepared on Notepad. Then click the Remove button. The other child attached to John Hutchinson and Mary Smith in error by Ray Matrix was Ephraim Hutchinson, GMYH-2HJ. The process to remove him with the wrong relationship is the same as with William Hutchinson, although they were not brothers. His birth record also comes from the IGI, and this record had the ID as Ephraim MR27-9QG already merged. His father John, MR27-97Q. Another complication was that his mother is unknown, so her ID is 4TY2Y-YSQ. When the mother's identity is discovered, this record should be merged with the new record so that the links to her son Ephraim is preserved. To discover what records have been merged, search the changelog. Look for merge box at the person that was deleted. Click on the name to pull up an information card, which will allow you to discover their ID and other information. There is often a pattern for the IDs for records that are created at the same time. The IGI birth record for Ephraim is MR27-9QG, and his father John, who is linked in the same record, has the ID MR27-97Q. Since the mother was not given in the record, her ID starts with a 4, as in 4TY2-YSQ. Knowing this pattern will help you find important links for some processes discussed in other videos in this series. I gathered a list of several pins for Ephraim. Most of them are from the records of birth or christening of his children, or marriage record. Because I knew the pattern, it was easy for me to find the correct one for my purpose. Another relationship to parents needed to be removed. In this case, I found records linking Mary Turner, born 1835, wife of Matthew Hutchinson, who were the parents of John Hutchinson, to her parents Ezekiel Turner and Ann Smith. However, I found someone had linked another Mary Turner, born about 1738 and married to Edward Winter in 1760, also claiming to be the daughter of Ezekiel Turner and Ann Smith. There were no sources attached that would prove the second Mary was the daughter of Ezekiel and Ann. On the other hand, there were several things that pointed to Mary Turner, MJFJ, QFJ, as the daughter of Ezekiel Turner and Ann Smith. The date and place of birth and baptism is consistent with the marriage of Ezekiel and Ann. The date and place of birth of their first child is consistent with the marriage of Matthew and Mary. The fact that their son, John, named one of his sons Ezekiel is also significant, since children were often named after close ancestors. I had previously merged the two Ezekiel Turners and the two Ann Smiths so that both Mary Turners were listed as children. To remove the parent-child relationship of Ezekiel Turner and Ann Smith and the wrong Mary Turner, I navigate to Mary Turner KZT6-DHD, as shown earlier with William Hutchinson under Parents and Siblings. Click on Edit Relationship icon next to Mary Turner KZT6-DHD. Click Remove or Replace next to Mary Turner KZT6-DHD. Check the Agree box to indicate that you have reviewed the records and relationships for the family. Click on Remove Parents. It is important to add a reason statement. This is what I pasted into the field. This Mary Turner was married to Edward Winter in 1760, the daughter of Mary Turner, born in 1735, married William Hutchinson in 1756. Ezekiel Turner and Ann Smith only had one daughter named Mary Turner. Ezekiel died in 1740, and since this Mary Turner was younger than the wife of Matthew Hutchinson, it is more likely she was the daughter of John, Abraham, or William Turner, since there are no other daughters named Mary that was born to Ezekiel. Finally, I clicked on the Remove button. To make sure the contributors of the wrong relationships are informed about the changes, I contact them with more detail and proof. I look in the changelog accessed on the right side of Mary Turner KZT6-DHD's person page. Since there were two recent contributors who both shared their email addresses, I sent them an email so that I could share more detail, images, and links. I explained the changes I made and the reason I had made the change. I described the sources and how they could access them. I gave them more proof and analysis of the facts than I was able to include in the reason statement. Finally, I gave them some possible sources that would help them find the correct parents of Mary Turner. I found two Mary Turners who were born in 1738 in Yorkshire, England, which is closer to Burnby, Yorkshire, England, where Edward Winter, Mary's husband, was from. I also offered to help them research who were the correct parents. I also noted some possible problems with the children that were attached to Edward and Mary, so I gave them a heads up about that. When I communicate with people this way, I want to make sure I'm thorough and accurate, but in a positive attitude that gives them hope. The motive and motivation to improve what they are doing in their family history research. Thank you for watching this video, Fixing Errors in Family History Part 1, Editing, Sorting, and Removing Wrong Relationships, which is in the Family History Tricks and Tips playlist, Fixing Family History Messes series. Please check out our other videos in this series and support the Seventh Child Publishing YouTube channel by remembering to like, comment, and subscribe. Please share with others on Facebook and your other social media accounts. It will help to spread this important message.